Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your Good Governance and Social Responsibility. This is still your professor, Mr. Trip Anthony A. Ramos, and for this session, we'll be talking about business ethics, CSR, and profit. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a look on our discussion for this session. So let's start this session by posing this question. Are the annual CSR activities a guarantee for ethical behavior of corporate executives? So the answer would definitely be no. Okay, because corporate social responsibility activities does not guarantee high standard of ethical behavior. Even though that managers, even though that employees are doing their part in executing this kind of activities, definitely it would not be tantamount to having a high standard of ethical behavior. Of course, even though that you are being required to do such social responsibility activities, it doesn't mean that you are already ethical. Okay, so if you're doing CSR activities simply because of it is required, definitely, okay, it doesn't automatically mean that you are possessing the high standard of ethical behavior. Okay, so next, let me ask you, why is there a need to balance profit with business ethics? So as we know, profit is the lifeblood of the corporate machinery of all business expansions, of many development projects, and even the charitable contribution. Without profit, definitely, class, your business enterprise or your business institution will not be able to pursue or to do such projects such as corporate social responsibility. Okay, so profit would definitely be a major part in doing corporate social responsibility because this would supply and this would actually be the thing that would let you do such corporate social activities. Okay, so in the absence of or lack of profit, any economic organization will hardly be able to fulfill its obligations to its stakeholders, and no business contributions to social development is possible, to say the least. Because just like what we've mentioned, we're from our previous discussions, we are doing corporate social responsibility because we are believing that we have an obligation to the society, that we have an obligation to our community, that while we are actually gaining profit, while we're gaining money for our business enterprise, it is imperative for us to give back to our community. Because if we're giving back to our community, it would definitely help in boosting the economy of such community or even such country. So if there is no profit for a business enterprise or for an institution, definitely the business enterprise itself would definitely be having a hard time in pursuing such corporate social responsibility activities. Okay, so what do you mean by governance of profits based on legislative standards? So class, legislative standards are important to ensure the governance of profits. As we know and as we discussed earlier, we would really want to have or maximize a lot of profit so that we will be able to sustain such corporate social responsibility. And how will you be able to ensure that you have governance of profits? That is by having a legislative standards. Okay? It has also been said that transparency is a must in business operations, and because it measures such certification of business profit reporting systems by signature, honest reporting, and embedding integrity in business information systems are becoming imperatives, the objective of which is to ensure transparency, accountability, and integrity. So class, if you are doing business and if you're doing an enterprise, definitely transparency would be a great thing or would be a great factor in your business operations, because if your business operation is not transparent, this would actually result to such occurrences that are not pleasurable for the company. Okay, so it is very imperative for us to be transparent in our business operations so that later on we wouldn't have any problems in pursuing our business. Okay, so what happens when profit maximization is accompanied by the driving force called greed? Okay, so just like what I mentioned earlier, we need to balance our corporate social responsibility or business ethics with our profit maximization. Why? So definitely class, the disregard of moral values and social responsibility in doing business usually leads to undesirable situations. So in discussing about greed, greed for the lack of a better word is actually good. Okay, greed is right because it works. Greed clarifies and captures the essence of the evolutionary spirit. Greed will not only save our paper company, but will also save another malfunctioning corporation called the USA. So that's according to the wicked CEO named Gordon Gekko. And in that very essence, okay, the wicked CEO named Gordon Gekko was actually being criticized for this statement. Okay, because not all the time it is our desire to actually have this greed, because if we will go beyond our thing, or the expectations from our company, definitely this would lead to undesirable situations. Okay, so as of the moment, who are the ethical managers of the new millennium? So class, just a disclaimer, okay, if we're talking about ethical managers in this sense, okay, we're putting it in a context in which they are pursuing corporate citizenship. Okay, so in the Philippines, industrialists and business leaders like Manuel V. Pangilinan or MVP, okay, brothers Jose and Raul Concepcion, Andres Soriano III, okay, Ramon Del Rosario Jr., Jose El Cuisha Jr., Cesar Virata, Jaime Zobel de Ayala, and his sons Fernando and Jaime Augusto, Juan Santos, Paul Dominguez, Cesar Buenaventura, Pedro Rojas, Eugenio Lopez, and a host of personalities are actually being referred to as the today's champions, okay, of corporate social responsibility or corporate citizenship. And they are being tagged as those persons having high ethical standard in the workplace. And that's it for our topic for this session. That's actually business ethics, CSR, and profit. So let me grab the opportunity to thank everyone for attending our session. And I hope that on our succeeding sessions, you will still be with me. So thank you, everyone, and have a great week ahead of you.